had trouble with these printers. This is like every single morning. And I think every day it's a different, every day it's a different, it's not like the same printer with the same problem, right? There's a new, it's like the printers are sentient, and they're on a network, so they can communicate, and they're like, listen, man, I'm so bored of just jamming the paper. Yeah, me too. I know we have to do it, but can we do something else? And then one of them's like, hey, I think I've come up with a heretofore unseen error code. Oh yeah, throw it up. Literally, wait until Alex comes and is trying to make copies of a big stack of stories for everybody, and then you throw that new error code.
We started this week on printer 43.
Mm-hmm.
I came in Tuesday morning, printer 43 had nothing on it, so I asked her, can you print to printer 13? So then we came and she printed to printer 13, and then I forgot to go get them off printer 13. I went back and looked at 43, even though I had asked her. Yeah, it's been fun with printers this week.
Yeah, been done with these printers. But anyway, we do wish Alex a good morning. I hope the printers cooperate a little better. And, of course, Tyler, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Wayne.
Nice. That was a reply. That wasn't intended. But that was a reply that had a tone of, I will respond to your good morning, but I am not open to any extended conversation at this time, because I have other things that I need to be doing.
I love talking to you.
Oh.
We should start after this segment talking to each other.
No, I don't think, I know a certain person, I think her pronouns are still she and her, who would not like that.
Well,
pretty sure. All right, I don't know. Kill more time or get into it?
Oh, let's get into it.
Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pretty historically momentous read story for you today. So let's start Handle on the News. Now, Handle on the News is brought to you by the Lemon Law experts at Knight Law Group. Knight, like your knight in shining armor. Think your car might be a lemon? Call 844-43-LEMON. Knight Law Group. Here it is. Handle on the News, Jennifer Jones-Lee, and me, and the lead story. We have a political assassination. Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan, was gunned down at a campaign event. When they took him to the hospital, it already looked really bad, because they said he wasn't breathing and his heart wasn't working. I don't know if that means, if that's like a polite, distant Japanese way of saying he's dead,
or brain dead.
Maybe I guess they don't know if you're. They can't probably tell if you're brain dead on the way to the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be morbid about that part of it, but it was just I've never really seen any whether it's garden variety gang violence or I've never seen it described that way, right. Where the victim of an attack, when they say it that way, he wasn't breathing and his heart wasn't beating. So that's why it stuck out to me in terms of whether there was a reason that it was so different, the description. But in any event, he did pass away. And I mean, this is going to go down in history.
Absolutely.
As a major event. Appears to be a lone gunman who came up behind him while he was speaking at this event. One of the things to know is because Japan has both such strict gun laws and doesn't really have the kind of like, ooh, guns really get me going society that we have here. Because they don't have the Old West myth state.
Oh, that's a good point.
They don't have it, and that's a big part of our gun culture today. Is the whole myth of the Old West and the idea of, everybody's walking around and there's outlaws, but we kind of like outlaws. And there's a gunfight at the OK Corral every 12 seconds when in fact there really weren't any to speak of. And most of those towns you were not allowed to carry a gun around. But then later, the gun companies started selling guns based on the old, I think it was Winchester. They decided to use the slogan, the gun that won the West. Anyway, they don't have that in Japan. So because of it, I know we got to take a break here. So, but just to say, they don't have the kind of planning and protection for this kind of an attack that would be here. Anyway, he's passed away. We're going to talk more about him because he's an interesting guy. Kind of the, here's a little teaser.
Okay.
Was Shinzo Abe the Donald Trump of Japan?
What?
We'll get into that at 7 o'clock. But let's get a news update from Jen. This is KFI Am 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the 24-hour KFI newsroom.
Just to recap, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was killed. He was shot while speaking at a campaign event near Osaka today. Police took a man into custody who reportedly told them he aimed to kill the former leader. Western nations are keeping up their condemnation of Russia's ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Russia's top diplomat walked out of meetings at the G20 summit in Bali over comments made by Western leaders. And GameStop is announcing layoffs in an effort to turn the company around. CNBC says the layoffs will be on the corporate side of GameStop and not at the retail stores, but they are intended to reduce float, as they say. SoCal weather from the Driveway.com weather center. Sunny and warmer today with highs from the low 70s at the beaches to the upper 90s inland. This report is brought to you by Reptiles Super Show from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. Let's go places. Nick Paliokini, let's go back to the 110.
Definitely delays are starting to get busier for you as you make your way northbound, coming away from Manchester toward Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Definitely still roughy right there. If you have an update on what's causing the delays, pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic further northbound on the 110, still looking pretty good from the 10 to the 101. As you go through Orange County, still relatively quiet. Westbound side of the 91 Riverside to Corona. Heavy stretches of points where you're starting to show up, especially from, let's say about Maple 6 as you head toward the 241 toll road. Even before that, though, out of Riverside, seeing slow down from Magnolia to make your way toward the 15. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm just
The Reptile Super Show is back this weekend at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's the world's largest reptile show and sale this Saturday and Sunday. Swing by from thousands of reptiles, amphibians, and turtles at an educational family fun event. Get details and tickets at reptilesupershow.com.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market.
Enjoy deep-freeze savings on ice cream at Whole Foods Market. Take 25% off ice cream and frozen treats through July 19th, while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 38,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Almost 3 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nose cleaner that helps flush out airborne germs with power suction. But what do doctors have to say about Navage? Here's Dr. Tonya Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens and viruses enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get a cold, you can get flu, sinus infections, or even worse. Flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most effective way to flush all of those dangerous threats out of your nose. So now when patients come to the office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navage on a daily basis for overall good health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free at Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Now, Staples one-subject notebooks are just 35 cents, and Polly Pocket folders and Crayola 24-count crayons are only 50 cents each. In-store only, offer N79, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school, send them forward at Staples.
Hey, Mario Lopez here, and saving California's water starts with a few simple things in and outside your home. And you know the Lopez family's doing what we can to help. Like, did you know fixing water sprinkler leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Or that adjusting your sprinklers to water plants and not pavement helps a lot. Let's do this, Cali, and make water saving our way of life. Find more water saving tips you can use at home, saveourwater.com.
Bad news, water restrictions are here. Good news, Rough and Tough Turf is your answer. You're going to save money on water and gardening bills, and Rough and Tough guarantees it'll pay for itself within years. Call Rough and Tough Turf right now and ask about the KFI Spring Special. You're going to get free demo and $1,000 off. 818-403-3581. 818-403-3581. 818-403-3581 or the website, roughandtoughturf.com. That's RUFF, letter N, TUFF.com. CSLB 1030514.
The summer sales event can save you up to $50,000 off at DDRV.com. Factory sponsored savings on RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, gas and diesel motorhomes. New and used. Everything's on sale at DDRV.com.
KFI AM 640.
The news, what it means, why it matters.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show. Bill is back from his vacation Monday. I don't hear. Let's go. Applause. Okay. Kidding. All right. I think that was enough.
I heard Tyler.
People clapping. I think that included everybody. We are doing Handle on the News for you right now. Jennifer Chilling Police and me. And the top story, of course, is former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated while giving his campaign speech. You're the news person. Should we do any more of that, or just let people know at 7 o'clock we're going to really get it?
I think at 7 o'clock we're going to really get into it because he's had so much condemnation from around the world. This guy, one of the things that he stepped down, if you remember, in 2020. He'd been the longest-serving prime minister of Japan up until that point. He said he stepped down for health reasons at that time. But this shooting event, or the event that he was speaking at last night, was a campaign event for his party. Right. So he was still very involved in politics. He just stepped down from the top spot. So I know at 7, though, you said that you were asking if Shinzo Abe...
Shinzo Abe, the Donald Trump of...
Yeah, I need to know more about that. All right. This story actually did not break before we left, and we've been waiting for it all yesterday and actually talked about it during late edition. Derek Chauvin now, the former Minneapolis police officer who was accused of killing George Floyd, he got 21 years in prison yesterday for violating George Floyd's civil rights. Now, this was kind of a big deal in the sense of this now will put him in federal prison. And Wayne, just explain, I know you've done it periodically, but what the difference is to be in state prison versus federal prison and why you would want to be in federal prison.
Fewer shankings.
Oh, there's that.
Better facilities. Better safety overall for you as a former police officer.
Oh my gosh.
That's why he pled guilty. I think. I mean, he didn't call me up and say, "Hey, I'm going to plead guilty, and here's why." But when he got convicted in the state case for murdering George Floyd, and he got, I think, 22.5 years, and he knew he had a federal civil rights violation case, I guarantee you they talked specifically about you can fight this federal case, or you can plead guilty and get certain concessions from the prosecutors. And one of those concessions is that the prosecutors would agree that he can serve these two sentences, the state and the federal, concurrently. And that's why, so he'll, and because you have to do more time on a federal sentence. So in other words, he would be in federal custody. Okay. They're not going to send him back to the state. When the feds get you, you stay with them until they're done with you. Okay? Usually. So, he's going to be in federal custody, but he's going to be burning off the state sentence at the same time. That is. He's getting credit for both sentences. He will be done fulfilling the state sentence before he's done fulfilling the federal sentence. So he will never have to go back.
And what's the average time on that? I know how you will say, like, okay, he got X amount of years and he's probably going to serve.
85% is the minimum
that you have to serve on federal?
On a federal thing. If you do everything right, you get all the good time credits and everything, 85%. So I think that's around 18 years of actual time for him. And Minnesota, you're eligible
earlier, I think Minnesota, if that was the only thing that he had, he would be eligible for parole like 15 years. So he got, I mean, he made the most he could make of the situation.
Yep.
James Caan has passed away at the age of 82. Decades of memorable performances. I remember that TV movie, Brian Song.
Yeah.
Oh, about that football player who died of cancer. You want to talk about a tearjerker? Oh my! I don't know if there's been. I think there have been tearjerker movies made since then that were, you know, on the same level of effectiveness of making you cry. I don't know if anybody's ever done better though than Brian Song. And of course, he was in that, and The Godfather, obviously, and Funny Lady, and then he took a big break. He did have some drug problems. The other thing, which is very sad, his sister was like super important to him in his career and his personal life, and she passed away from leukemia. And that like knocked him off track for a while. But then when he came back, it was in the movie Misery, based on Stephen King, with Kathy Bates hobbling his ankles.
The ankles!
And everybody went, James Caan is back, and he was, and he got a bunch of other roles, and we're not going to list every movie that he was in, but obviously one of the most memorable is the dad in Elf having to put up with Buddy. So anyway, we wish him a fond adieu.
All right, the Trump White House counsel is Pat Cipollone. He's expected to testify before the January 6th committee. And one of the things that they're going to look at him for is they want to see what he knows about the testimony of Cassidy Hutchinson. Remember, she said that the president grabbed the wheel of the car and he wanted the car to take him to the Capitol so that he could be with his supporters on January 6th. Now, according to ABC's Andy Field, the committee wants to hear if Pat Cipollone's reaction, what his reaction was to this former White House aide.
The committee also wants to know what, if anything, he told the president would be illegal that he thinks Mr. Trump ignored.
So all they're saying is that Cipollone's deposition will be transcribed and video recorded.
Now, they also said they're having two public hearings next week. One on Tuesday, one Thursday. I think one of them's in prime time. So I wonder if they're going to do the thing today, you know, the private interview, and then maybe we'll see him publicly, where they will publicly rehash the highlights of whatever he tells them today, and they have to wait to see if he tells them anything juicy enough.
Could they also play part of the video recording?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the head of the IRS wants an investigation into why former head of the FBI, James Comey, and his former deputy director, Andrew McCabe, both were selected, quote, randomly for this IRS audit that's like where they really crawl up your backside and look at everything. It is supposed to be done randomly every year. And depending on the year, okay, how many taxpayers are there? 109 million taxpayers. Every year it's between 5,000 and 10,000 people. Wow. Supposedly randomly selected for this particular kind of audit. So people are saying, and I guess the head of the IRS agrees, boy, does that seem suspicious that just based on odds, that these two people, both of them who were big critics of Trump, both got selected for this. Here's the funniest part of it, though. When they did the audit on Comey, they determined, do you know what's coming?
I don't think
They determined he had overpaid and he got a refund. So he might have, at the end of it, he was probably like, thank God I was politically targeted.
You know, the last time,
I made money off of this.
But seriously, the only time that we were ever, like, that we had, it wasn't even an audit, it was more of just like, we're recalculating whatever. We ended up getting $100 more in refund than we had got when we actually filed. It was their mistake, and they ended up paying us $100.
That's nice.
All right.
So, I mean, we'll see what the follow-up is on this Inspector General, the Treasury Inspector General is going to look into who made how. Well, see, I was going to say they're going to look into who made the decision, but theoretically, no decision was made by a human at all.
Right. And there's their plausible deniability. I don't know, machine just randomly
I wonder if they
select.
have receipts, though, for however that works and what record there is of the random people being generated. Okay, let's do this. Let's get a news update from you, and then, boy, oh boy, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it when we come back. I'm going to say something nice about Gavin Newsom.
Are you gonna call him pretty boy or anything like
I
that?
take it for a
I'm
while.
going to be totally respectful, and I'm going to give him an attaboy. So you might want to run tape. KFI Am 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. Here's Jennifer Jones live from the 24-hour KFI newsroom.
9 Planned Parenthood health centers in Orange and San Bernardino counties have seen an increase in out-of-state appointments. The centers say appointments have increased by 133%, and they expect it to get as high as 700%. Doctors at OC Planned Parenthood say half of their out-of-state patients are from Arizona. Another health center will be added in San Bernardino just to accommodate the overflow of appointments. News is brought to you by Water Heaters Only. Police in Pasadena are looking for 2 men wanted for stabbing an 82-year-old man to death.
Police say the men stabbed the man multiple times inside his home. The man who was stabbed on Wednesday died on the scene. Investigators say all 3 men behind the stabbing took off. They say they were able to find and arrest one of the men in a car outside a Target store. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
A 3/4-mile stretch of Griffiths Park Drive has been closed. It's become an area for bicyclists, pedestrians, and horseback riders. It's all in an effort to make the park safer. Safety activists say drivers speed through the way to avoid the busy streets. Officials say the decision was made to close off the street because a 77-year-old biker was killed in a hit-and-run crash during a charity cycle event in April. The last abortion clinic in Mississippi is closed and all appeals to keep it open failed. President of the Mississippi State Medical Association, Dr. Jerry Weiland, says even though abortions by choice are illegal, termination of pregnancies for medical reasons are still allowed.
The physicians of Mississippi will continue to give the proper care to pregnant women and when they have complications to their pregnancy. That is not going to change.
Weiland says she does not think doctors will have to sign off on miscarriages, high-risk pregnancies, or life or death situations. She says she hopes things won't go as far as investigating miscarriages because that is not the intention of the law. A man from Jamaica who gave a JetBlue flight attendant nearly 60 pounds of cocaine to smuggle onto a plane at LAX has been sentenced to 14 years in federal prison. He was convicted in LA for distribution and identity theft. The flight attendant pleaded guilty. She was sentenced in 2018 to time served by a federal judge. Oh no. About 20 people in France have been arrested for producing hundreds of thousands of bottles of fake wine. The labels on the wine bottles said Bordeaux, but French officials said, oh, no, we tasted this. It is clearly not. Officials say a winemaker and broker from Bordeaux's Medic region were charged with organized fraud, counterfeiting, and money laundering. SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a nice day ahead, but it's going to be warm. Temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 70s at the beaches, low 80s for Metro LA and OC, mid to upper 90s for the valleys in the IE, and stay that way through the weekend. I'm not seeing specifically any 100s out there, but I wouldn't be surprised if a couple eke out. Let's get a look at your drive with VKFI in the sky. Jeff Ball, good morning. Happy Friday. What's up on the 405?
Boy, happy Friday right back at you, Jennifer. Before we do the 405, I must say our weather shot here this morning. San Fernando Valley is beautiful and sunny. The entire Los Angeles Basin, I'll send you some pictures, absolutely covered with a marine layer here. Back to the 405, it's okay. Good morning to you if you're coming out from the 118. You were looking for something around Burbank Boulevard. We had a couple of calls for something there. I'll recheck it, but it's a little slow. From about Big Green. Once you get going uphill, you'll be okay. When you get to the top of the hill, you'll see the marine layer I'm talking about. The 101 and the 134, Jennifer was just talking about the drive around the zoo. The freeways are fine, really. 101 to the 134 and the 134 to the 5. All that's looking good. Even the westbound, we're off to a fairly good start here. Don't go away. I hope it's going to be an easy morning, but we shall see. Jeff Bond, KFI in the sky.
Declare your independence from the electric company.
I look at our electric bills and they keep going up and up.
We have rolling blackouts.
There's going to have to be something I can do.
Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor.
We just said we've got to be different. We got to keep our word. We have to do the right things for the customers.
Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day.
The savings are better than what I expected.
My last bill was actually a credit.
From my experience, I would go with Semper.
And I said, I want the A-Team. I want that. This was the A-Team.
From the beginning to the end, they have been the best.
Semper offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 downloadable coupon. $500 off for military first responders and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591. For all offers, call or see website for details. Offer expires 7/31/2022. CSL number 978-152.
Credit cards at Arco? You guys are right. Stop by a station today and take charge of the way you get top-tier gas. Whether it's cash, debit, or credit, now you have more ways to pay. Arco, quality top-tier gas for less. Now with credit cards. See arco.com for details.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it adjusts your balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept. And to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 38,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
As a marketer, you want to reach everyone. Adults, teens, millennials. But it's not like these groups all hang out in the same place, right? Actually wrong. They're all right here, listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM/FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
I'm coming.
Hey, you ready for the beach?
Yep, I got my sunscreen and sunglasses ready to go. Let's go fill up the cooler with snacks and drinks from Stater Brothers. And try not to forget the ice this time.
Stay cool this summer with Stater Brothers Market. This is Jacob and Ronnie. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
For more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. KFI AM 640 for stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart app. It's the Bill Handel Show, and he is back from vacation on Monday, and I misspoke. I said when he came back, and we continue Handel on the news, that I was going to say something nice about Gavin Newsom, but actually, it's you who's about to say something nice about Gavin Newsom.
So I actually I did this on Wake Up Call this morning, and I am happy to do it again because California is ready to make its own insulin. And Governor Newsom said yesterday, in California, we know people should not go into debt to receive life-saving medication. And insulin specifically has been one of those drugs that we have seen that goes into the hundreds of dollars a month. And people are saying, I can't afford it, to the point of I have to either decide, do I take my medicine or do I put food on the table for my family? So they are keeping themselves from getting the insulin to keep them alive because they literally have to make that decision. So California's got this idea. It's a $101 million package. And what it would do is half of it would go into actually coming up with California's own insulin products. The other $50 million is going to go into sort of the development of how they're going to set this out, like the low-cost way that they're going to manufacture it, the facility, that kind of thing. So it's they've got a good plan. They've got the money to go into it, and let's see if they can do it.
If they do it correctly, it'll do two things. Number one, it's going to be of a lot of help to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And also, they will be able to prove you don't have to charge this much.
Big Pharma. Big Pharma's going to be
Guys,
looking at
what are you
this.
doing? And it's only because of there's not enough competition. And look, we can make insulin, or in this case, I believe it's going to be biosimilar insulin.
Right.
But, you know,
Like a synthetic.
remember left-handed sugar? Do you remember that?
No? What is left-handed sugar?
Okay, well, you have sugar, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the artificial sweeteners. And then, and I forget how many years ago this was, they said, oh, we have developed left-handed sugar. It is an analog of sugar, except one of the molecules goes to the left instead of the right. On regular sugar, this particular molecule in the chain is to the right, and here it goes to the left. So it's sweet like sugar, and it thinks like sugar, but, and I forgot what the claim was, that it's either less calories or something. It's better, you know, it's better for. Well, this is similar. In other words, it's not the same exact insulin that Big Pharma's selling, but it's something the FDA recognizes. If it's highly similar and there's no meaningful clinical difference, then it's sort of like a generic version of a drug.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So that's what we're going to be doing here in California. And if they do it right, I hope it ends up shaming, you know, the insulin industry, because I really do think they've been soaking people, and I don't believe for 1 second that it legitimately should cost what it charges. Oh, LAX is getting $50 million from the Biden administration as part of the infrastructure plan. Long Beach Airport is getting about $10 million. $50 million for LAX is about enough for them to go redo the signs when you come out so you can tell where the hell you're really supposed to meet your shuttle or your taxi. So I hope they spend it well, and I hope they get something out of it. I would honestly be satisfied because you could say, what did they do with the $50 million? They did an actual thing. New signs that are clearer and placed more intuitively. But I'm not sure they can even pull that off over there.
Can we, like, somehow redo the horseshoe and make it more efficient?
No,
so that
I don't see they.
Trying
Not
to drop
forward
somebody off
thinking.
at LAX is the craziest thing I've ever done.
I think that we can't operate without an LAX. It's not like you'd say, hey, let's shut down LAX.
Oh, no.
Raise it to the ground and either start over or find a completely different place and build an entirely new air. We can't. But they're very limited in what they can do. It's not like they can expand.
Yeah, where would they go?
And I don't know how you reconfigure that horseshoe, because you'd have to rebuild the way the terminal. I mean, the horseshoe road is because the terminals are laid out like a U.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it was so stupid. It really was. I'm shocked at whoever said, "Oh, let's build it this way so we're boxed in." Yeah, we're not gonna grow. Nobody's gonna really want to live here too much. This is great. Oh no, everybody's coming here. Oh my God, now what do we do? Well, for decades we don't do anything. They don't really have any options, so it's fine. What are they gonna do? That is part of it. There's a big, healthy dose of what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
If you're lucky, maybe you can go to Burbank or Long Beach or Ontario or John Wayne. But for a lot of people, it's LAX or, you know, you can walk to Montana.
Honestly, that's a huge part of the reason why we chose Rancho Cucamonga, because it is so close to the Ontario airport, and with Scott flying in twice a week, I'm at an airport all the time. We might as well live close to one.
Right. But you can do it because of what the routes are.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of places you can't get to from Ontario.
Ontario, yeah.
So,
but he's just doing Ontario to Oakland back and forth twice a week, so.
Well, all right, we'll see what we get for $50 million. Maybe a 50 cents off coupon for the Cinnabon in terminal. All right, let's get some news from Jennifer Jones-Lee. I don't want to pay $19 for a Cinnabon. Sorry. Let's get a news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee and a ding-dong with those Cinnabons.
But we dinged ding-dong earlier. We're ding-donging stuff all morning.
Boss lunch.
Channeling our inner Conway.
Boss lunch.
That's it. Yeah, I think you just say it. I don't know.
Ding-dong with you, Wayne. Ding-dong with
the
this
news
segue.
update from KFI AM 640 Live everywhere on the iHeart app. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the 24-hour KFI newsroom.
President Biden will give a speech this morning about reproductive health care services and how to protect